Hi there, this is Beth with my weekly young adult book talks, and I have two books to talk about today. The first one is this one. It's called Half-Life by Lillian Clark. It came out last month, and it's in the science fiction genre. The first line of it is, "Truth is a funny thing." This is a near future book, which means that society is a lot like it is today. It's about a girl, Lucille, who's in high school. She's a bit of an overachiever. She tries very hard to do everything and extra everything that she needs to do to succeed in life. But as a result, she doesn't have a lot of time for any sort of social life. So she feels like she's missing out. Well, she gets contacted by this tech firm to ask her to take part in a secret trial. And what they want to do is they want to create a clone of her. And it's not like an actual clone. It would be a clone that would be created to look just like her, the same age as her, and actually have all of her memories. So it would be basically like a duplicate of her. That way, Lucille would have time. You know, her clone could go to school and do grades, and she would have time to pursue some things in her social life. So she goes for it. Well, they make the clone, and the story then sort of goes on then from both of the girls' point of view. Lucille and Lucy, as her clone ends up being called, tries to fit in, and then Lucille is able to pursue some things, and it's really kind of interesting. The thing I thought that was the coolest about it was that Lucy has all of Lucille's memories, but she has a slightly different perspective than Lucille. And so some of the same situations that Lucille has gone through, Lucy sees a little bit differently. And it really makes sense in the book why that is. And it's really a cool thing. It really makes you think about all the situations that you're in or that you think, and you assume things about what other people are thinking, and you maybe you're wrong because you're looking at it from a certain perspective that if you looked at it slightly differently, it would look very different. Anyway, I really liked the book. It's a bit of a coming of age, really, for both of the girls. Character arcs are really good for both of them. There's a little bit of romance, a little bit of suspense. Again, it's in the sci-fi genre, but it's really good. So I suggest that one. The other one I want to talk about is this one. It's called Almost American Girl by Robin Ha. And this one is not that old. It actually came out in January of this year. And it's a little bit different than I normally, because it's actually a graphic novel. So it's written as a comic book. And it's a memoir, so it's nonfiction, but it reads like fiction. This girl, Robin, she is 14 years old, living in Korea. Has a great life. She lives with her mother, and her mother sort of surprise moves her to Alabama. And she thinks she's just going on vacation, and they end up staying there. And she doesn't even know English. She's like a fish out of water. She's not happy, and she's thrown into this situation that she has to sink or swim. She has a really hard time fitting in and figuring out how she wants to live her life. It was a really interesting book. Like I said, it reads like fiction. The character Robin is really good. Yeah, you know, I ended up rooting for her throughout the book. And written, it's interesting about the graphic novel genre. The graphic novel format has become very popular lately over the last several years in a lot of genres. I mean, I know it always used to be for the superhero comics, whatever, but now you can find them in almost any genre. We have a couple of shelves here in our section. We also have some adult graphic novels, which you might find interesting. It really amazes me how the artists can convey so much emotion and thought through just the pictures, because all you're reading is dialogue and a little bit of narration. But you know, I forgot to read the first line. And since it's a graphic novel, the first line doesn't make a lot of sense. So what I'm going to do is just read the name of the first chapter. The End of the World as I Know It, which you can kind of infer what that means by what I told you about the book. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. If you want to make a comment on one of these videos, if you're on Facebook or YouTube, tell me what your favorite YA book is. All right, have a good week.